So, I have no real plans for this video. You could say that the only reason why I'm doing this is actually because I haven't posted in a while. In fact, I posted, I think, if I'm not wrong, 3 consecutive days. It was maybe a Friday, a Thursday, and a Wednesday. And I had kind of slightly increased my subscriber count, which is obviously really good. I'm now, I think, more than a week into this journey, and I've already received tons of praise from my brothers who most of the time have probably seen my content because I shared it on different platforms, but nonetheless, I'm grateful for every positive comment I've received. Now, to be honest, I'm currently not in the best conditions. These last few days I had a really positive experience, but ever since I've been back, it's been hard for me to resynchronize myself to my daily routines. I currently have a cold. I don't know how I managed to contract that, and it definitely makes it a lot harder to do the hard work. No, I'm gonna wait. I won't blow my noise on camera. It's a bit humiliating, honestly. It's a bit embarrassing. So, this video is going to be extremely short. A lot shorter in comparison to my other videos, which have been of a much more longer format. And it's just going to be me explaining what has happened in these last few days. So, if you guys didn't know, I actually play field hockey at a fairly high level. And I was out for the weekend to play some qualification matches out in Rome, which is obviously the capital of the country which I live in, Italy. And being honest, I was the last name on the list of the people called up. I was probably one of the weakest in the team. But I'm going to say I'm definitely one of the ones who puts in the most work in every game. Now, I got called up. I was literally beaming the moment I saw that I was in the team sheet, I was in the squad list. It was like a dream come true. And to be honest, 1 year ago, if you were to tell my past self that in 1 year I'd be playing those qualification games, which I might not have specified were under 21s, so it's literally the level just before playing on a senior level, I just think you were mad. And I'm not talking about some like second, third division stuff. I'm talking about literally the highest level of under 21 hockey in Italy, which is just massive for me. And it's such a big achievement for me and for my whole family. And it's something that I'm very proud of. the entire time, I knew I was never going to play that much. I knew I was probably just going to play, I don't know, 5 minutes every game. But I was trying to kind of gratitude journal in my mind and just think about how grateful it is to be there in the first place. So in the end, I did end up just playing 5 minutes of this game, 5 minutes of the end, but nonetheless, I was really happy and gave it my best. And at the end of the game, I remember a lot of my teammates appreciated that. I remember just one person coming up to high five me at the end of the game. I did it like reluctantly. He told me good job. I was like, yeah, whatever. And he's like, no, man, you literally came in and you just did what you had to do. You did your best. There was not much you could have done. And you did what was right. And I definitely appreciated it, that praise. Now, we actually had to play 2 matches. The first one was against a team which was from Rome, and it was definitely the harder game because they're favourites to win the entire competition. And you only had to win one game to qualify. The second was against a team from northern Italy, from Verona, and they were definitely a good team nonetheless. They weren't as good as the team from Rome, but they were definitely on our level and definitely not a team to underrate. So we played the first game against the team from Rome, and we lost 4-1. And it was actually a pretty balanced game where we went 1-0 down after just a couple of minutes, but then we managed to equalize. And as soon as we equalized, we actually looked like the better team, like we were actually going to score. Problem was, they scored one goal in the fourth quarter, because it's 4 quarters total. And after that, they kind of had control over the game and managed to score 2 other goals to make it 4-1. And so it was definitely sad. We clearly gave it our all, but I think overall they were just better organized. They were also a team which was much older than us. Remember, I'm 16. A lot of the other players in my team were also 16, and they were just a team of pretty much 19, 18, 20-year-olds. So they were definitely a much older team and much more experienced team. Nonetheless, we were really disappointed, and everyone, including myself, thought we could have done better. The second game I actually didn't play. It was obviously fundamental for us to win that game after we lost our first game. And they had literally lost the game against the Rome team 2-0, meaning that even if we drew, they would go through out of goal difference. So it was a must-win game. And the coach told us at the start in the meeting that he was definitely not going to just be overly kind and let everyone play. He said that if he had to, he'd make no substitutions. And the moment he said that, I kind of understood that I was not going to play. But nonetheless, I was still grateful to be there in the first place, and I was grateful to get to watch the game with my own 2 eyes. And it was a great game. We scored. We went 1-0 up, but then they actually scored 2, so then they went up, and it was a very chaotic game throughout. The referee got a couple of decisions wrong. My manager got really angry. One of our coaches actually got sent off as well. And we were definitely very nervous. But then we managed to equalize, and as soon as we equalized, we literally were dominating the game. And the entire last quarter, we were just shooting. We were just dominating. We were trying to score every single moment we had. And literally, at one point, we managed to score, but they disallowed the goal for a reason which was very dubious. And we were definitely really upset, and we believed that was our last chance. In the end, though, with 20 seconds left, we actually managed to score a winning goal, and we won the game and we qualified. Now, I could have gone in a lot more minute detail to describe this experience, but I decided to kind of speed through it because it wasn't really what I was mainly wanting to talk about. See, as soon as I've returned to my home here in Cagliari, which is literally in an island in Italy, so it's like every time we're going to mainland, we're always taking a plane. Ever since I've been back here, it's kind of been difficult to synchronize, kind of resynchronize with my routines. Monday, I literally did a workout. I started doing the workout, and after just 2 exercises, it was a leg day, so I did Bulgarian, split squats, and then squats. After I did 4 sets of each, I literally gave up. And I just felt so disappointed. But that's not been it. Literally, the first 2 days, I slept past my alarm clock. I usually wake up at 6:30, but I woke up first at 7, then at 7:20, which is literally almost 1 hour after my usual wake up time. And it's also been taking a lot more to take a cold shower, which is the first thing I usually do in the morning, and it takes me like literally 10 minutes to mentally prepare myself to do this cold shower, which usually lasts no longer than like 2 minutes, literally. And also just working in general. Fortunately, I'm in a period of school where they've kind of made the work lighter. It's kind of that period of early April, and it's then going to completely change at the end of April and start of May. And despite that, it's actually been pretty hard for me to keep up with the homework because I've been procrastinating a lot. And it's kind of difficult to work sometimes after lunch because of like high carb meals I'm sometimes forced to have because it's all that I have available at home. And so yeah, it's been hard. Today, I've actually started the day quite good. I've done the hard work and hopefully I'll end the day with a positive mark. And it's the first day in a quite long while since I've posted the YouTube video, so it's definitely looking good for today. There's not much else I can add. Keep a strong mind and stay like a lion.